This video is an excerpt from the Shang Chi episode of our weekly podcast, Two Asian Blokes. For the full episode and more content like this, find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We can cut this if it's no good, but I just want to give it a go because it might be fun. So,
go for it.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is not the only Asian superhero out there. There are many Asian superheroes in comic books and various media. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give Thavy an extremely difficult quiz about other Asian superheroes in comic books. Just a heads up though, I'm really stretching the definition of a superhero for this. But yeah, well, I mean, Shang-Chi doesn't have any superpowers and he's a superhero, so whatever. So for this quiz, I'm going to tell you the hero's bio, and you have to first guess which hero I'm talking about, and then answer a multiple choice question about that hero.
All right.
Feel free to follow along at home, see if you can get more points than Thavy. Okay.
You probably will.
Yeah, you probably will. All right, are you ready, Thavy?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Oh, I mean,
Very nice, Dan.
okay, so the first one. Initially starting his life as a hero just as a hobby, this hero defends his home in Z City from monsters, villains, and other threats. Upon realizing that nobody recognizes him as a hero, he later registers to be a professional hero for the Hero Association. Under the Hero Association, he is assigned the hero name Hagemanto, or Caped Baldy, and is currently a B-class rank 7 hero. Recognizable by his yellow jumpsuit and red cape and gloves and big shiny bald head, he is often suffering from an existential crisis because he has become too powerful to receive any joy from fighting. Who am I talking about, Thavy?
Well, I'd be pretty dumb if I got this wrong because it's one of our mascots. So yeah, it's Saitama from One Punch Man.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding. Saitama from One Punch Man, the shonen manga and anime series. I love this guy. He is obviously the inspiration for my avatar.
Yeah.
Have you watched it? All of it? I haven't watched all of it.
I watched all of it a long time ago. I haven't watched season 2. But yeah, I enjoyed the parody aspect of it, which is kind of when it got more popular and got more seasons, it's kind of like lost its message about it being a parody.
Oh, but, really? Okay.
I feel like that because like I think it kind of embraces the absurdity of anime pretty well. Just with these like ridiculously named like villains and ridiculously named heroes. But like that's what makes it really funny. And the fact that like it just makes fun of because he gains power by doing 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups with no AC, and that makes him the strongest being in the universe. I think that's a really funny idea.
I like his whole deal. His the art style, his backstory. I like how Japanese he is. Like he's always chasing like the grocery store sales and stuff.
I forgot the mangaka who made it, but he made another series that has a very similar art style, which is like Mob Psycho 100%, which is pretty funny. It's about like this. It's similar. It's about a kid who's like an esper, and he's got really strong psychic powers, but he is taken advantage of by like a con man to like exorcise ghosts, and like the guy makes like a lot of money and he only pays him like 10 cents or something. But like all the kid wants is to like impress a girl, and he thinks he's like really inadequate. But yeah, it's a good show. Check that out.
Okay. Well, what you've done, Thavy, is you've stepped on my question. Okay, here comes the question. One Punch Man's power set involves superhuman strength, speed, durability, and reflexes. How did he get his powers? A meteor. B, a radioactive bowling ball. C, a strict training regimen.
He chose the beef on the airplane.
That's all you got to do. Unless they've run out of the beef, in which case you don't get superpowers.
Yeah.
Good joke, man.
I mean, as you said, I kind of already answered that. But anyway.
Daily training regimen of 100 push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and a 10-kilometer run. Very good. Good job, Thavy.
Okay, I forgot the 10-kilometer run.
Oh, very important. You don't get superpowers without that.
Yeah, sure. That's fair enough. So yeah.
Okay,
not
here
completely
comes
wrong.
number 2. You're doing well so far. This hero was also born in Japan, in the Osaka region. Born the son of the head of a peacekeeping ninja clan, rather than immediately follow his father's footsteps, this hero decided to enroll into a martial arts school along with his adopted brother, who was the only one who could rival the hero's combat skills. Not only were the two brothers rivals in combat, but also in love. This love rivalry ultimately caused the adopted brother to turn on the hero, challenging him to a battle to the death, which resulted in the accidental death of their shared love interest. Overcome by grief and shamed by his defeat, the hero migrated to New York City for a fresh start. While living there, he adopted 4 brothers, named them after his 4 favorite Renaissance painters, and trained them in the art of ninjutsu. Who am I talking about, Thavy?
You're talking about the ratty guy, yeah?
Yes. The ratty guy.
Splinter.
That's it. Yes, very good. The ratty guy, Master Splinter, aka Hamato Yoshi from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which I watched as a young lad.
I enjoyed the Ninja Turtles, and I enjoyed the video games as well.
The Michael Bay remakes.
I haven't seen the Michael Bay.
They're horrifying.
Remakes.
They look
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That they're pretty horrifying.
It's the stuff of nightmares.
It's funny because I remember thinking that was a good idea, but then seeing it and watching the trailer, it's like, it's probably
I
not.
feel like the second one's probably better than the first, but yeah, not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this series started off as a dark comic series published by Mirage Comics that was a parody of the likes of Daredevil, X-Men, and Ronin.
Yeah, I heard about that. It was like initially dark, but back in the 90s, you couldn't sell shit that was dark. It's like, when they made The Mask,
right.
And they like sucked out. They basically couldn't sell any of the dark humor that was in the comics, so it became a comedy. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean the cartoon show though was enjoyable. I probably wouldn't go back and rewatch them for fear of destroying the nostalgia, but I remembered having a good time watching them on Cheese TV or whatever.
Yeah, I mean it's part of childhood, so like why not?
All right, here comes a question: why did the brothers give Hamato Yoshi the nickname Master Splinter? A, because of his proficiency in breaking wooden boards, B, because he has a wooden personality, or C, because he is the figurative splinter in the paw that is the Foot Clan.
Ooh, I don't know this one actually. I know, is he good at breaking boards?
Very good, yes. It's because of his proficiency in breaking wooden boards.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on a roll, Thavy. You're doing better than I thought you were going to. Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah, sure, man.
All right, so this one, also coming out of New York, this hero is a Japanese-American orphan. Her father piloted the SPDR, a giant robotic suit of armor powered by a radioactive spider at its core. When he died, the hero's adopted aunt and uncle informed her only she could take the helm of the SPDR next, given her genetic similarities to her dad. So she let the spider bite her, forging a telepathic bond between the teen and arachnid, and she followed in her father's footsteps. Later, she would find herself sucked into a trans-dimensional portal and working with Miles Morales, Peter Parker, and Gwen Stacy to prevent the multiverse from collapsing in on itself. Who am I talking about?
You're talking about the Japanese chick from Into the Spider-Verse.
Good.
I don't remember her name.
Her name's Penny Parker.
Yeah.
And yes, from Sony's Into the Spider-Verse, the critical and box office hit.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It is, yeah.
It's got a really cool theme song.
Does it?
By Post Malone and Sway Lee.
Okay.
Singing a lot of karaoke.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's a good song, good track.
Okay.
Yeah, even though I'm not like the biggest fan of that kind of music, it's a good track. It's very hits in the feels. It's like it's a good karaoke song.
I mean, this film is probably the only decent thing Sony has done with the character of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest.
It's one of the. I mean, it's a Marvel film, right? Because the characters from Marvel, yeah. But it's not MCU. It's not an MCU, yeah. It's one of the better Marvel movies out there. A lot of the better Marvel movies are not MCU movies, like Spider-Verse and Logan.
Deadpool, I guess.
Deadpool, yeah. I got a little bit over Deadpool though. It's like, yeah, I think satisfied with that character now. Like,
Well, look
I'm not
forward
sure
to
if
him
I'm not
making his
I'm
way
not-
into the MCU at some point.
I don't know, because they'd obviously have to sanitize it, and that's like not what Deadpool's all about.
I think it might be good though, because he'd be aware that he's in a PG movie, so you
Yeah.
could have a bit of fun with that. Like,
Yeah, I guess so.
all right, here comes a question for Penny Parker. Penny Parker made her comic book debut as part of a 2014 miniseries called Edge of the Spider-Verse, which introduced different takes on the Spider-Man character from different parallel realities. Which rock star was responsible for creating the character? A. Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. B. Jared Leto from 30 Seconds to Mars. C. Amy Lee from Evanescence.
It was Gerard Way, wasn't it?
Very good. Yes, it was Gerard Way. How did you know that?
I just know things, man.
Oh, okay. I think you're secretly a huge My Chemical Romance fan, and you've been following the career of Gerard Way since he stopped doing music, I guess. Is he still doing music?
I'm not I like that music.
Yeah,
Right?
right. I like Helena.
There's nothing to be ashamed.
They're not
of
as good as
listening to.
Fallout Boy or Panic at the Disco, but yeah, they are.
Yeah, no, because I knew that Gerard Way had written some comics. I don't remember where I read that from, but I literally just know. Well, I don't know what he did. Like you just pretty much told me then, but I know that he likes. I know that he likes comics.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we're learning stuff. All right, this is the last one, Thavy. You're doing very well. Keep going. All right. Shortly before the beginning of the 100-Year War, this hero was frozen in an iceberg for 100 years. He later emerged, still biologically 12 years old, into a world engulfed by war. However, despite his young age, this hero was the reincarnation of the Avatar, the only being capable of using all four bending techniques: air bending, water bending, earth bending, and fire bending. Thus, with the help of his two new friends and a flying yak creature, he embarked on a journey to master all four bending techniques and end the war being waged by the villainous Fire Tribe. Recognizable by the blue arrow running down his head and his sunny demeanor, this character is, of course...
It's of course M. Night Shyamalan's Aang.
I think he pronounces it Aang.
He does pronounce it Aang in the. So it's if you're Nickelodeon, it's Aang. If you're M. Night Shyamalan, it's Aang. Oh man, that movie.
Have you seen it?
I've seen a scene. It's funny.
Wait, before you go on, let me give you the question because you're going to step on my question again.
Okay.
In 2010, M. Night Shyamalan directed a live-action adaptation of the beloved animated series Avatar, titled The Last Airbender. From audience and critics alike, this movie received A. Overwhelmingly positive reviews, B. Overwhelmingly negative reviews, or C. Mixed reviews.
It's definitely left an impression on the fandom of this. I mean, the answer is pretty obvious. I mean, is it? Like, everyone knows that no one likes this movie. I mean, Dev Patel hates this movie. Apparently, he was at some event and some fan had a box of the DVD, and he's gone to sign it, and he's like, "Oh, sorry about this film. It was pretty shit, wasn't it?" Like,
No loyalty.
No loyalty. What about friends? I only know one person that really likes this movie, who I won't name, but I'll tell the story. I think you were there. We're at this person's house, and we're talking about The Last Airbender and how much this person liked the movie, but had no idea that it was a Nickelodeon show. And we were like, we all had hated the movie, but to be fair, none of us had seen it, so whatever, unfairly judged. So we're like, all right, show us a section of this movie that demonstrates why this is a good movie, why you like it. So the person put it on, I think, on DVD or something, and then there was the scene where they go. It's like the Rock Village. The Fire Nation's got the Rock Village.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, there's this one take scene, and they just look really dumb because it looks really sluggish.
Yeah.
And then you think about it even more. It's like, why would you imprison a Rock Nation tribe or Earth Nation tribe surrounded by Earth? But
it's really funny because the Earthbenders in the cartoon, they're quite powerful. They can like they can basically move Earth. They can cause earthquakes by just stomping their feet. They can make like cliffs erupt out of the ground. But in the movie, they're like, I remember they're like dancing in a line kind of thing, doing this kind of kung fu dance. And the culmination of it is like a rock levitating in the air and flying towards someone.
Yeah, I remember that vividly, because that was the moment where we were all collectively like, this is like, I was laughing because that was the first time I'd seen it, and then we were like, you have to watch the cartoon. Like I haven't seen the Avatar cartoon, but I think we watched a couple of episodes, and from what I saw, it was pretty good. There's a lot of like good characters and stuff. But yeah, there you go. Like, I mean, that movie, or the 5 minutes of that movie that I've seen, has left an impression on me, where they're like, they're like stomping in a line, and like, and it's just like this rock.
They get hit someone and they're like, oh, that was inconvenient.
Yeah.
Apparently, Netflix is developing a TV show, a live action TV show.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I don't know. Just watch the cartoon. Like,
I reckon. Yeah. Cartoon's pretty good. Even the second series, Legend of Korra, is quite good.
Legend of Korra. I've heard it's pretty good. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I've seen them both. Yeah, they're both good. I would recommend watching them. But there's a lot of them, so, you know, if you've got time, I guess.
I mean, yeah, there's so much shit. I mean,
but very good, Thavy. You passed the test. You get 10 rings out of 10. Well done with our exceedingly hard Asian superhero. You get the beef is what you get, Thavy. You get the beef because we ran out of the vegetarian or some shit. I don't know. So guys, how did you fare on our Asian superhero quiz? Did you do better than Thavy? What other Asian superheroes are out there? Because I haven't even scratched the surface of them. They're out there just waiting to be popped into a film if they become popular enough. Let us know which one is your favorite. You can get in touch with us at 2asianblokes@gmail.com, or you can join our Facebook group and be part of the conversation. Thanks for talking about this stuff with me, Thavy. I know you're not the biggest fan of the medium.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go cook some beef. Actually, I'm gonna cook beef for dinner tonight. So yeah. All
right.
We didn't run out of beef. All right,
guys. Until next time. Bye.
See you later, guys.